back. I hope we are well. Today we're going to be talking about feelings and faves. So it's been a while since we've had a little bit of a catch up. Not much has changed other than the hairstyle and probably my mood, which feels a lot better now. February was a depresso month for me. It was my birthday month, so I was hoping that I would just slay it and it would be amazing. But I didn't slay February. I actually found the beginning of this year, like I was like, oh my God, it's the new year, yeah. That's how it went, which is fine. I definitely have diagnosed myself with sad because the gloominess, the wet weather, the dark, short days, the darkness, it's just not my thing. And it's insane how my mood is just like completely different when it's a sunny, bright day. Like I just feel like I can take on the world and I feel so positive and alive. Yet when it's overcast and gross or raining and horrible, I just hate it. And I think also like I felt a bit of guilt because, you know, when this whole, like I really hate to fall into that trap of, oh, it's the new year, let's go in it, all guns blazing, you know, let's make this year better than last year, all of that. I don't agree with that mentality, yet I cannot help think it at the same time. I'm like, okay, this year I'm going to do all these things and I'm going to start on a high and it's just been Christmas. So I'm going to, you know, I'm coming out of my slumbery cheese chocolate filled state and I'm going to do loads of stuff. It just didn't happen like that. But I feel like quite like an animal really. I'm coming out of hibernation. Maybe that is the way that things should be. Maybe winter months we should be more aligned with the seasons like our great ancestors may have been, or the creatures of this planet, you know. For my shop, for example, I was like, I'm going to get so much designing done and reboot it in the new year. I have not felt inspired at all. I've had no new ideas. You can't force creativity. So I was just like, hang on a minute. You're just a one-man band, a one-lady band doing this shop, and this was supposed to be for fun. Stop putting pressure on yourself to create, because it ain't going to happen if you force it. It's like writing music. It's like being with art. I suppose it is in a way, because I'm trying to design clothing and stuff. So once I stopped putting the pressure on myself, the ideas just all of a sudden appeared. Good job I'm just worked for myself, because if I was like, right, this quarter we've got to have made this much money, and if not, the business is going to be poo. Good job it's not like that, and that I can make the rules. Anyway, I went on my first ski trip, proper ski trip recently. I have been on ski trips. I went on two ski thingies before. This is when I was working with JBL like years ago, and they took us to snow party, and that was basically going to Val Thorens and partying in the snow, and it was super fun. But we didn't really do any skiing. We had one ski lesson, and the rest of it was just going to the parties, promoting the speakers, and just being there to like whoop whoop. But this was like a proper ski holiday with girls that I'd got invited by my friend Katie. And I'd met Catriona a few times because she went to my gym, but all of the girls were friends of Katie's, but they also didn't know each other. So she was like, she'd invited her friends, and then one of the friends had invited one of their friends, if that makes any sense. So we basically kind of mostly went into that not knowing anyone. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I was the youngest. All the girls there were like 40-ish. So I was the baby of the group, and it was so much fun. I love being active, and I love the fact that it was an active holiday. And I got to learn a new tricks and learn how to ski. I did 5 ski lessons, 2 hours each a day, and on the last day when I didn't have a ski lesson, I just was like, fuck it, let's go up the big mountain, and I went down a blue slope. I did spend a lot of it on my bum, but the girls did say, for your first ski trip, you've nailed this, like you've done really well. So they said that, and I was well chuffed, because once I start to love something or really get into it, I just don't want to stop. I just want to learn. So I was super enthusiastic every single lesson, and I was getting in as much practice as I could when we went away. So now I'm just like, okay, when can I next go skiing? There is a dry slope in Norwich. It's not the same, but I am tempted to go. But also there is about 2 hours from me is a place called Milton Keynes, and they have like a indoor ski slope, so I might go to that. But yeah, it was a really good new thing to do, and I think it's especially exciting. I'm 33. I met a bunch of girls that I didn't know. I did something that I've never done before, and I experienced a new way of holidaying, and it kind of made me think, you know what, it's never too late to try something new. It's never too late to throw yourself into something, and I loved it. I was like, if I don't love it, then at least to try, so I can go there and I can get out of it what I want. But if I'm not loving it, no worries, that's come again. But I wouldn't have known had I not gone. So there was one point when I was feeling a bit blue in February where I was like, I'm not going to go, I'm going to bail, like I can't do this. But I just did it. I threw myself in the air and I just went. And I'm so glad I did, because that just actually accelerated my good mood going into March. But other than that, it has been quite a slow beginning of the year, but that's all right. That's fine. I'm finding my feet with 2024. And I've been boxing more. I love boxing. I definitely felt like a lot of people were feeling the blues. I definitely feel better because I can sense that spring is coming. The daffodils are out. I bought tulips a few times. After doing the video called Why You Feel Like Shit, it was actually really interesting to see how many people are on the same page. And I think that when you are feeling down, it's so easy to feel like you're the only person feeling like that, and you can kind of feel like quite alienated. And I'm actually glad I did that video, because without sounding like it's fucked up, but like seeing how other people are miserable as well made me feel better, in the sense that I weren't the only one feeling like that. And I think actually when you see that other people feel the same as you feel a little bit better within yourself, knowing that you're not the only one. And I think it's great to connect people and make people feel less alienated. One thing that I learned from posting that video is I think we all just need to be a bit kinder to ourselves. It's just interesting how we all feel the same way about certain things, like social media, people trying to cheer you up, trying to feel like you should be productive, all of that. It's just so interesting how we all worry about the same thing in our little brains. In our brains, they're not little, in our fabulous brains. But no one talks about it out loud because you feel like a fool. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. Anyway, I'm going to show you some things that I've been really loving at the moment. So first of all, I would like to highlight my bathroom. My bathroom in its entirety has been a super uplifting thing this year. And I'm so excited by it. Like, I love it so much. If you've not seen the bathroom video, go check it out for more context and more detail. But basically, I needed my bathroom repairing, so I used it as an opportunity to give it a little bit of a facelift. And I am so much happy with it. I love the colour. I love that I decided to just go, fuck it. What do I want in a bathroom? What's going to make me feel happy? What's going to fill me with all the good feelings? And so I went with this. And I go in it every single day, and it just brings me joy. I am actually, this year is the year that I'm redecorating, basically, pretty much. I've already redecorated numerous rooms in my house since moving in, change of mind, etc. I'm changing rooms that are quite significant and just don't like anymore. So I did the bathroom because I kind of had to use it as an opportunity. And then in 2 weeks' time, I am getting a wall knocked through in my house, and I'm redecorating my living room and dining room. I am also going to be redecorating my hallway at some point. The beautiful banana leaf wallpaper is going, and I'm getting something else. Reason being, if I'm being completely honest, I bought my house with my ex-husband. We decorated the whole thing. When I was decorating it, I kind of had to be mindful that this was our house and do things that we both kind of liked. And I also did often go with a safe option. Being in my house, especially the living room, my living room makes me feel like quite low. The energy in there makes me feel quite, I don't like it anymore. And it just, not like it reminds me of my past or my ex-husband or all the shit things that have happened in my life whilst living in this house, but it just it's old chapter, it's old me. I see it as a past thing, and I just want a fresh new living room. I want a fresh new look. I want to give it a revival, something that I love, that makes me feel happy and is more in tune to who I am as a person now. Almost like I need to go in there and sage it as well when I've done. Just be like, be gone, negative history, past, energy, all of that, be gone. I'm so excited about that. And then, at some point I will be doing the hallway also because I just need to replace the bloody carpet. Ugh, I hate it. I will be sad to see the banana leaf go, but I want to take down all the pictures and do something new with it. And I fucked the wallpaper from nailing so many holes in it. So it's got to go. It's got to start again, start afresh. Yeah, the bathroom, spot on. Love it. My New Balance trainers. These aren't really my vibe. I mean, they're very nice. Like these are quite youthful trainers and trendy. But I'm a sucker for like a chunky trainer because they remind me of the Spice Girls, and these are very 90s. And these are the New Balance. These are the New Balance 9060s, and I saw them in London when I went for my birthday. When something sticks out to me, I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm like, I just really like them, so I got them. And I tell you what. I've not taken them off. I've worn them like every day. They are so comfortable. I didn't take them when I went skiing because I had to be mindful with my shoe choice. So I took, get back on. I took my hikey Converse because they're made of Gore-Tex, so they'd be waterproof just in case it was snowy. And boy, did I miss these trainers. They are a little bit not in my usual kind of style, but one thing that I've also decided this year is to not try and fit into a box. Just wear what I want to wear and what makes me feel good and what's comfortable. I did a style reel recently, which a lot of people liked because they resonated with it, which was basically like, I wear this, it still makes me me. And one thing that I said that a lot of people agreed with, which was if you grew up in like a music scene when you were a teenager, your identity and how you dressed was so important, and like in terms of people knowing that you also like that kind of music. And I think as I've got older, I'm like, I don't need people to know what music I listen to anymore. Like, I get when you're a teenager, identity and fitting in and having your people is super important, but I don't think people care anymore, especially as you're older. Like, I to be honest, like, I don't really see many like sort of groups of teenagers. Like when I was younger, you'd have like the punks all hanging out and all the goths and the emos and all of that, all in their little groups, like out and about. I don't really see that anymore. I don't know whether it's just because I don't notice it, but I don't really see it. But back when I was a teenager, that was so important. So I grew up around those times. So it was like, I need to dress this way so people know what I'm about. And I don't fucking care anymore. Anyway, New Balance, great shoes. I think I already featured these, but these have been a favourite of mine since I bought them. I've not been able to take them off. They're my 70s style Ray-Bans. I recently rewatched, Jack watched them for the first time, but Daisy Jones and the Six. And Teddy, the music producer, has these exact same sunglasses. And I was like, I've got the same glasses as Teddy, woo! That was exciting, but these are fucking sick. I love these so much. My Oliver bonus mug. I got this with a voucher, and it is my go-to happy mug. I feel that the general mood and theme of the beginning of the year, which is I'm miserable, is quite prominent because I'm doing everything in my power to try to cheer myself up. So I bought myself a smiley face mug. But I love it. It's the perfect size for a coffee. I wouldn't drink tea in it. There's not enough room for a cup of tea. I feel like a cup of tea's got to be in a big mug. But for an espresso, it's good, or a long black, it's fine. So I've been making a lot of omelettes in the air fryer recently with these silicone molds. I think I bought them from Lakeland, but you can buy them anywhere, like Amazon and stuff, but they're brilliant. I've been making loads of egg-based foods. I made like a frittata yesterday. I mean, I could probably use them for baking brownies and stuff as well. Not got round to that. I've been on the omelette train like every day. 2 eggs, 30 grams of feta, chopped up tomato, chopped up red onion, chuck it in the silicone mold, mix it all around in the air fryer, 200, 13 minutes, mix halfway, brilliant. You might think that's a long time to wait for an omelette, but in that time, I've emptied the dishwasher, I've made a hot drink, I may have put some things away, clothes away whilst it's doing its thing. It's great. I don't have to stand by a pan. I can just let it in, put it in, and fuck off and do something else. I brought a pair of socks. These are cashmere socks. These were like expensive for a pair of socks. Because it has been my birthday month, a lot of the stuff that I've been getting recently have been with vouchers. So I got myself some cashmere socks from John Lewis. These were £35 for a pair. Absolutely nuts. Who the fuck is spending £35 on a pair of socks? I am, because technically I didn't pay for it because it was free money, because it was a voucher. My dad and my stepmom both bought me a John Lewis voucher for Christmas and for my birthday. I twinned them together and I bought myself some things I would never normally buy myself. So I bought some fancy pajamas, some fancy socks and a candle. That first night night where I used them was just, oh my God, I loved it so much. But if you're ever in the mood for treating yourself, especially with technically free money, get yourself some cashmere socks, because these are like, they smell good, they're clean. Like a night in your nice pajamas with your lovely socks, your feet don't get sweaty in them, they're beautiful and soft. And they actually came in a range of colours. I went for this colour. I may treat myself to another pair sometime soon. We'll see. If I'm feeling extra spicy, I will go and buy some new socks. But they make a great gift as well, because you're like, look at them, they're just socks. No, they're not just socks. They're cashmere socks. This thing is my flosser. I love my flosser. It's a water flosser. I'm not really the biggest fan of flossing, if I'm being honest. It's uncomfortable. I can't get to my back of my wisdom teeth very well. I told my dentist, I said, I'm not the best at flossing. I said, are these water flossers any good? She said, yeah, get a water pick. So that's what I did. I went on Amazon. I got a water pick. I got mine in purple. I bought my boyfriend a white one. And we're both big fans of the water picks. I got my dad one for his birthday. He was buzzing. He was well excited. Basically, imagine a pressure washer, but for your mouth. Gets all the bits out. When I first used it, God knows in my wisdom teeth at the back, hiding in the gums. I was like, spat out loads of shite. So satisfying. I got a Stanley Cup for my birthday, and I feel like I am a little bit like... I feel like on the internet there are these trends and people are like, oh my God, a thing or whatever they branded, wow. But in the real world, it's like wanko. And I know teenage girls and TikTokers love these cups. And to be honest, I did buy myself a knockoff one from Amazon, which was absolutely fine, but my boyfriend bought me this for my birthday because Leanne told him about them, and he spoiled me. It was my first birthday with him, and he did spoil me quite a lot, bless him. And he bought me this cup, and I was very, very, probably too excited about it. But then when I walked into the gym the next week holding it, carrying it with my big oversized coat, they were like, whoa, Stanley Cup. But fair enough. This is a great cup because I love that it fits in my car cup holder. The top bit is actually like noticeably way better than the knockoff one on Amazon. Not much difference though. The rest of it though, they are pretty much the same thing. Just feels a bit more robust and watertight. But yeah, I actually met Stanley at an event I went to recently, and they had this exact cup in a giant size, and I was so excited by it. I hugged it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of this. So come at me all you like. I think it depends who you hang out with, whether you think it's cool or not. There's just different people I don't give a shit. For any of you that are interested in content creation or want to do vlogging and stuff, or maybe vloggers already, hello. I recently bought the DJI Pocket 3 for vlogging. This has been my current vlogging camera, and I did have the DJI Pocket 2, but they have made some considerable updates and changes to it. Hello, it's me right now. And I really love this camera because it's got obviously the gimbal top, so it's steady cam. You can move it up and down like this. Hello. And it's got a really lovely big display on there so you can see yourself. It also connects to a microphone, so you get the nice lapel. You know, a lot of people are hating on lapels and handheld mics recently from watching content, but it sounds so much better. You can literally leave the room and still be talking and they can hear you. That's what I like about it. But there's loads of settings on here. You can shoot in 1080p. I'm doing 1080p at 60 frames a second, but you can shoot in 2K, 4K. You can have really fast shutter speed, so you can do some lovely slow-mo. You can shoot at, I think it's 120 frames per second, maybe even more, but there is a slow-mo setting on here as well. And it's great for out and about. And you can shoot in RAW, so I've got it compressed because I don't want huge file sizes, but you can basically play a lot around with this, and it's just great. And it's portable, and it moves around, it flips around like this. Hello, this is my studio. Just turn it off, you just flip the screen and it turns off. And you can shoot, if you want to, in portrait, so you can shoot content for like reels and TikToks and stuff. Well, I've not really used that yet, but I also have really been loving the creamy palette from Huda. That's been my go-to. Color selection is absolutely perfect for me. These are the colors that I like use every single day. So it's a creamy eyeshadow, but then there's a setting powder, so obviously it stops it from creasing, and it works really well. They blend really nicely together. I like the subtleties of the colors as well. I mean, it's not like the dark colors aren't like super dark, and it's not as crazy like pigmented like, let's say, as a powder. But for me, this is like the perfect everyday. I do everyday makeup with it, and I've also done some evening-y sort of things, and it's perfect. There's also some shimmers and like glittery ones in there for if you just want something quick, or if you want to like ramp it up, ramp up the glam, as it were. So love the Huda cream palette. It is beautiful. And then last thing is my coat, my zebra print coat, which I've been wearing so much. It's so warm and snuggly and comforting, and I got it last year and I barely wore it, but this year has just been the best. I know that ASOS have it, but they have it in the curve range, so you might be able to find it on Vinted or like secondhand, but it's just the best coat for this time of year. And yeah, I just want to wear it non-stop. Obviously I love a leather jacket and all that, I love my jackets, but this is all I want to wear because it's just ultimate comfort. Anyway, that's been how I've been feeling. That's my favourite things at the moment. I'll link everything down in the description. I hope you enjoyed. I shall see you soon. Farewell. Mwah.